Yeah, for every one of you just tuning in, we have had a really rough ride here. 16-1 in favor of Astralis on the first map, Mirage. Their map pick. I thought Train would be straightforward, but no. Alternate had different plans for today. They want to keep us awake a little longer and decided to win 16-7 on Train with a really sick terrorist side and a good CT side to follow it up. So Cash will be the decider, and we are hopping into the knife round. Without further ado, you can see it's halfway through already. I think the knife did play a big role on Cash once back in the day when I was still young and the grass was still green. No. It's not playing that big of a role anymore. I think it's more or less a 50-50 sided map. If you ask one team, they will say we rather play the CT side. If you ask another team, they might say we rather play the terrorist side. It's one of those maps that shifted around a little due to the nerfs of the CT side with the M4A1, for example, getting a little slower and all those different things. The smoke tweaks and perks, they played its role as well. So Cash shifted from heavily CT-sided to more or less terrorist-sided, or more or less 50-50. We are ready for the show, so I hope you get your mom and your siblings over here, and possibly even your dad, if you didn't get to went to pick up some cigarettes and never returned. So we will be here watching the deciding match. What's at stake? The LAN finals! For God's sake! It's LAN final time! In the 4th and 7th, or from 4th through 7th February, we will see the LAN finals in Lithuania. And Alternate might be a part of that if they do their job in this online game. It's the playoffs of the Gameshow Global eSports Cup. $200,000 up for grabs in the LAN finals. And yeah, I think I said enough about how important this last map is. Astralis must be fuming. They probably weren't in the game on Train, and then, you know, those few rounds that you give the terrorists to work with, suddenly they are on fire and you just can't get back again. It's like a sprinter that starts stumbling. He will fall down. It's just a matter of how long he can prolong it. Alternate will come to the B bomb site. KGB is waiting for them, eagerly awaiting them, but not getting the frags. Finally, he picks off Crispy. Oh, Devi with a knife. He got one of them already, and he slices Stefan. A lot of blood has been spilled, but Kazuya is still alive for the terrorists. Maybe he can come back into the round. 30 seconds on the clock. The bomb is in a very unfortunate position, and the aim punch is doing the rest. Cajun B makes it 1-2-0 in favor of Astralis. David with the important knife kill, adding insult to injury. I love this saying. He had a lot of money due to the knife frag, and he decided to invest that already. So he dropped the weapon for Zipix. Zipix is going for the A bomb site. The bomb site most likely to be attacked, but it still depends on the weaponry on the terrorist side. And Alternate is one of those teams, they really like the Deagle. As you can see yourself, they all purchased Deagles. And I really like the second spring that the Deagle has, you know, the second wind that it got. You have to be patient though, and Tixin wasn't patient enough after missing the first few bullets. He just went for the let's spray and pray. Maybe some HP would be cool as well. Mr. Go TV. Time for some really patches, you know, some real patches that maybe make this game more enjoyable to watch. Just saying. So we will see another save round for the terrorists. this time around, not everyone was able to purchase a Deagle. So it's only Crispy and Kazuya. Everyone gathered around the B-bomb site, the CTs as well as the terrorists. So it will be a huge showdown as soon as Astralis knows where Alternate is coming from and go into. They will try to run them down. Devi will be the guy to backstab them with his bulldozer, while Cajun and Dupree are holding on to Checker together. Dupree with the first headshot onto Kazuya. Good nade there. Cajun B gets the frag with his USP. Devik goes to work as well. And yeah, there's not much left that Cajun B, that Dupree was able to mop up. 3-0 in favor of Astralis. Looking good for the Danes. Now, the terrorists on the 5 AKs though. And the AWP for Devi. I always say Devi. It's just, I don't know. Devi. I've been told to call him Dev so many times. I will focus on that more. But Crispy and Kazuya will focus on middle. Now Kazuya with another frag onto Kerrigan. It's a 4v2 already. Dupree and Devi, the double D. Like I wanna, or I really like to call them double D. They, oh, that homing nade. Oh, it didn't kill him. Oh, it went into the vents. And Kazuya is lucky to stay away. Oh, that must be so thrilling for him to stay there in that position and see the nades fly past him. Still 4v2. David with the tremendous task of holding down the terrorists. They're all inside the site. He's got a good position. The leg shot onto Kev. Oh, but then he's run down by Tizian. Dupree could still clutch this. He gets the first. Pre-fires the forklift. Nobody around there. And now he's backing away. He wants to save his FAMAS or at least change his angle. Goes for middle, but he's awaited there by Kazuya. And alternates are on the board. 3-1 in favor of Astralis still. And the money is looking good for the Danes, so they don't have to worry about that too much. For now, they can even afford an AWP. And that's due to Devis' knife kill as well as the CT's good job of keeping everyone or almost everyone alive in the previous rounds. Devis still holding on to middle while the terrorists make their way into the front of the B-bomb site. And they push A main as well. Stefan just shooting into the smoke. Alternate. When I get some more map control, they think about boosting somebody in middle. And Kazuya's just waiting for the smoke to clear up and for his teammates to make the move in middle. Cajun B and Devi in the best possible positions to counter that move by aTTaX. But the Germans are doing a good job of keeping the CTs out of position. Devi is smoked up and Cajun can't really do anything about that. The flames will still hold him off. Now he could get back in there. Devi tries to support his teammate, and there goes Cajun B. Good double flash by Devi, but the refrag for Tizian. And now Devi is not alive, or not around anymore. It's up to Dupree to hold down the B-bomb site that gets pushed by 2 alternate players. The rest of the terrorists will chime in as well. And it's gonna be a 4v3 here inside the bomb site. Zipix rains bullets from above. It's terror. And he takes down 2 of the terrorists with it. Tizian and Kiev, the last man alive for the terrorists. 20 seconds on the clock. Tizian goes for the plant. Gets it done. The incendiary nade is a little bit too late, but he has to remove himself from the position, and Zipix makes it a triple. The last bullet in his clip onto Tizian. Astralis make it 4-1, and they let 1 round slip, and they get right back on track again. Kiev didn't have the chance to have his impact that he would like to have. 0 frags for him, 1 on Stefan, and we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 on alternate. Status straight. Yeah, in poker that would be something good. But let's not talk about poker. Even though the teams try to have a poker face right now, they don't want to let the other team have any information to work with, and they will swarm into the B bombs. Devi gets taken out. Cajun B is alone in checkered now. He maintained control of that area at least, and he gets another frag. The bomb goes down, but Crispy and Kazuya will be the last man alive. They have Kazuya in a cheeky position. He puts a lot of pressure onto Carrigan, gets a cheeky frag. No armor for the terrorists, but the CTs are playing at a very, very slow pace. That allows Kazuya to get back again. Doesn't hit the shots. Sipix with a double kill. He's really the man to stay in the rounds for Astralis. He has perfect positioning, perfect timing by Zipix today. 5-1 in favor of Astralis, but that round was getting a little bit too close for comfort in my opinion. Could have turned out way differently. Now we've got Alternate taking it to the B-bomb site again. They really like to open up on middle and B heavy plays. They will then maybe go back to A in case they run into some trouble over at B. But their main focus is always on the B-bomb side. He's missing that shot for now. The CTs will realize that a lot of emphasis is put on the B-bomb. So McKeeve is shooting through the legs of his teammate into Carrigan. Really good opening frag for the terrorists. Astralis is quickly to vanish from middle like cockroaches when you switch on the light. The kitchen is full of them, but suddenly they're all gone. They hide away really, really quickly. And Astralis had 4 players inside that area. And all of a sudden, when Carrigan went down over here, they all vanished. They went back into their other positions. Cajun B going for a peek in A main. And Alternate is once again going for B. Why shouldn't they? They were successful on that site. Well, not too successful, but, you know, the most success. They were getting close to winning a round. That's what I wanted to say. They weren't necessarily successful in doing so, but they got close to it. So Alternate taking point again. They will try to breach it. Free was getting rid of Crispy earlier inside the A-bomb side. And the CTs with a full rotation. They have a backstabber already. The time is running low. Tizin and Stefan have to make up for that. Tizin with a good frag. 2v2 now. But 4 seconds. Tizin just barely gets it done on the nick of time. 12-7 HP remain. Cajun B will get rid of Stefan. And Tizin should be known. Oh, he runs out of bullets as well. And that was really unfortunate for Tizin. Doesn't matter for Astralis though. The double for Devi and Cajun B as well. 6-1 for the Danes. Overall, still a team effort. Nobody's necessarily carrying for Astralis. Obviously, Cajun B and Zipix are the ones to have the most frags because their bomb site has been attacked quite regularly by Alternate. And the occasional frag on the A-bomb site is not missed by anyone on Astralis, so they are doing a very good job at the moment. Just keeping everything under control, staying on top of their economy as well. They don't make unnecessary investments. And Alternate on the other side, they have to win this round. It should be a key round for them. They still have a chance to turn this game around, but now it's the execution. 5 AKs come the way of the CTs, and they will equally trade for now. Zipix with another very important frag, a 2v1 now. Keeve is on top of the container, and Devi will not let him stay there for long. Triple kill for Devi. 7-1 for Astralis. And Alternate is slowly but surely getting a little bit too fast on that slippery slope. Another B attack, and as much as I like teams that stick to a game plan, I would think about changing that in a few moments. Now let's take a look at that. That's one of Alternate's go-to plays. Keith gets pushed in there, something that might be adapted by a few more teams in the future, but as you can see, it's a cheeky move, but it's not automatically successful just because it's surprising. And if you pull it once, it's not surprising anymore. But I like to see some creativity on the teams, you know, on those executions. I would like the devs to open up a few maps a little more to those plays, you know? To have the A bomb site open up further, so you can boost yourself in there and haul somebody on top of the container straight away. Something like that would be quite funny. Open up middle a little more so you can boost somebody in here. Would be a few cool things to do with that run boost. But they have to keep it low, you know, the accuracy at least, so it doesn't get over abused. Alternate is back. And guess where? On the B bomb site. Maybe they need to figure out a few more alternate attacks, because this seems to be a repeating loop. 4v4 now. Astralis is holding it down. KGB with the frags, and again it's a 3v3, but the CTs had the time to rotate their players in, and Alternate is running out of HP. They will not run out of time, at least not soon. Kazuya will plant the C4 finally. Gets the time ticking in favor of Alternate. The CTs are stacked up in heaven. Two of them are there. One on the bottom. Oh, good shot by Kerrigan onto Tizian. Now the trade by Keith. But a retrade by Zipix. It's a 2v1. Keith is already spotted and checkered, and Kerrigan will hunt him down. It's a 9-1 scoreline for Astralis. And I don't know if Alternate really believe that they can win a round on these sometime soon, or if they just want to look back at the game and say, well guys, we planted 4 of 10 rounds. And I don't know if they have kind of a scoreline, you know, an internal joke or something like that, which says if we plant 6 times against a tier 1 team on the B bomb site and we only use the B attack, we are the winners in the hearts of our fans. I don't know, they need to focus on something different. They will try to do so, but KGB is still in middle, and Alternate just has a very, very rough time getting in control of middle. Now the bomb gets dropped, and KGB will keep getting kills. A 2v2 still. I don't know how they pulled it back to 2v2. KGB is doing so well in middle. But he's dropped into the B bomb site, so Zipix is alone over there. He's caught with his pistol in the hand, and Tizian will make light work of him. The bomb is now in control of the terrorists again, and they are on the way to B. Cajun B is also going there. Sometimes it makes the impression that the A bomb set is completely cut off. It's like this area doesn't exist. Cajun B in a 2v1 clutch with 3 frags already. Oh, he has to slow down again. He doesn't have a defuse kit. 40-second bomb timer though. Oh, Tizian has been spotted. Cajun B reviewed his position as well by stepping around, and now he's flanked by Kazuya, so Alternate will get their second round on the board, finally. I would love to hear their team speak. Maybe they are calling it like, I told you guys it's gonna work. Well, the CTs are on the brink of saving, so maybe the game plan paid off for Alternate. Cajun B is ironically the one to wield the CZ75, the one that the player that had the most impact in the rounds is not necessarily punished with the weakest gun, but he's put on the weakest gun by his teammate and his own decision, most likely. I don't necessarily like the fact that the CTs go for the head armor. They, well, they don't really have too much money to work with. Maybe you would invest that money in a different sort of way in the future round. You know that the terrorists have AKs anyway, so, you know. No real reason to go for the head armor. Flash combination by eTTaX and Kerrigan paying off, getting them the man advantage, and Kerrigan turns that into his two-man advantage. He's just that in-game leader that has so much impact from round to round. Kazuya is now the last man standing. Astralis is in a 1v3. They can make it work here, but Kazuya still has enough time. Good shoulder peek by the CTs to find out where the terrorist is. Now they can focus on that. They have KGB coming in with the backstab already, and that's not gonna be a miss. 10-2. Astralis is right back on alternate. The terrorist money has been reset due to the round win. They didn't save too much money, obviously. They lost 3 players in the process of winning it. So they will go for the force buy nonetheless. And if they don't win this round, they will be saving again. And then they will have weapons for the last round. Maybe they will also force buy 2 rounds in a row. It doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference anymore. A 10-2 scoreline is where I was seeing Astralis on train. And Astralis had good results in the past. They got a 16-7 against Envious, for example. A 16-12 against eFrag. A 16-11 against Fnatic back in December, which you could count as a good result considering how strong Fnatic is. Now it's Astralis giving up the B-bomb site to alternate, and that was a huge mistake. The terrorists will quickly rush in there. They get control. They get a rifle as well, even though Keith goes down to eTTaX, and KGB is already around. A cheeky frag onto TTN, surprising the German, who was on the lookout for some CTs, but he didn't really expect KGB to walk in there just like that. The bomb is ticking, but the CTs have defused kits around, so they don't need to hurry up too much. They can coordinate their push, and they will coordinate that. Kerrigan with a good flash combination, and KGB covers Kerrigan, who is on the bomb already. Cajun with a shot onto Kazuya. 11-2 in favor of Astralis. Well, Cajun should know that there is nobody alive anymore. Yeah. So alternate are unable to turn the tide of the game. And they will force buy again. Something that I mentioned before. Sometimes you see those teams go for the desperation move. I'm not a fan of that. At least I'm not a fan of this particular force buy. Because it's 2 Galeos and 3 Tech 9s. The CTs already expected an A go in the previous round. And just to stay ahead of their opponents, they decide to push the B-bomb site together. So if there would have been a B go, Dupree and KGB would have spotted that already, so they can prepare the teammates on A. Kerrigan with the double. David has not missed a shot in this round. Keith is the last man standing with the Tech 9. He's in the squeaky door. And you see what happens to a terrorist who's alone against 5 CTs and squeaky. He gets demolished. 12-2 for Astralis. Maybe they had a deal with alternate. The Germans asked them kindly, guys, can't you give us a second map, because we would look really bad if you stomped us on 2 maps in a row, so you know we can tell our fans we did our best. That's obviously not how it works, but Dupree shows us how it works. He goes in there, gives the terrorists a face full to work with. 2.5 frags for him. Astralis make it 13-2, and this is not as entertaining as I expected this map to be. Alternate is a German team. They like those maps. They like cash. But Astralis is a level ahead of Alternate at the moment. Alternate with the 2 opening frags though in the pistol round, and if they win this pistol round they could spark their own comeback. Again, they have shown us the resilience that they have on train, and they will make it work. TTN with the double as well as Crispy Alternate is on the board on the second half. They can't let loose anymore. They have to pull the straight row already. They have to get 7 rounds in a row before they start losing again. If Astralis resets the CT's money once, and the best chance obviously is to do that early on in the half, Alternate would probably have not enough room for error anymore down the line. So they want to make it 13-10, and then Astralis could win a round and they would still be okay with it. Kazuya with a cheeky frag, backstabbing Astralis. But Cajun with the 1-deek, he's really on fire today. Sipix looking for his own kill. There he goes. Keeve is already down. Astralis make it very expensive already. Dupree with another one onto Kazuya. It's a 3v2, and that's something that Alternate should have avoided at all costs. They need the money, and they need the round more importantly. Crispy is on his own with a FAMAS against the weaponry that the CTs gave up to the terrorists. So Dupree has an M4A4. Sipix with a P90. And Dupree spots Crispy. Crispy goes to work, but then he gets traded by Cajun with a straight deagle headshot. It's Astralis making the deagle work. 14-3. And I think that's it for Alternate. Even though I liked how they played on Train, they showed us what they are made of. They showed us they don't give up. But Cajun B was way too strong on B. And Alternate wasn't very creative on the B-bomb side. They ended up having at least 11 B-bomb side attacks on 15 rounds. And that's not how you win a match against Astralis. But Stefan gets 2 frags with the deagle. Pulls it back for the CTs. Another one. But Sipix and Carrigan will make it a 3v3 now. Tizian doesn't connect to Deve. And Astralis is still working on the B-bomb side. Oh, Carrigan is so flashed, but Deve keeps him alive. And the P90 for Zipix will keep Kazuya from peeking again. Deve is there as well. They will pre-fire him, and the wall of bullets will not let Kazuya get back into the B-bomb side. Astralis with a 15-3 lead. They have 12 map and match points. 12 LAN qualification points. I will be on the LAN at the 4th and 7th, well, 4th through 7th February. So in just a few days, I will be on the LAN. The Gameshow Global eSports Cup with $200,000 at stake. Astralis is one of the favorites, together with Envious. NIP is in the mix as well. Big names here in this tournament. We also have Cloud9 and CLG from America competing. And the CAS region had their own qualifier too. Now the CTs with the Deagles and the CZ75. Kazuya is trying to do something with the CZ75, but nobody to shoot. It's Keeve with the Deagle. He's doing some good damage, but it's not enough. He needs to get frags, and that's not how it goes. If you damage, you will not get the kill. You have to get the kill to get the kill. Wow, this caster, I love him. Tizian with 34 HP. He's in the vents. He gets a one-shot onto Cajun B. He keeps Alternate alive. But is it enough for Kazuya and Tizian? They flank. Oh, almost getting the frags. Look at the terrorist HP. But Astralis will win the match 16-3. Cajun B, the man of the map on the 3rd map. Dupree was the one on Mirage. And on the 2nd map, it was more or less Stefan on Alternate. Great showing by both teams. Astralis will qualify to the LAN finals of the Global eSports Cup. Brought to you by Gameshow and Azubu. My name is Dabu. You can follow me over here on Twitter if you don't want to miss any future broadcasts. I dearly thank you guys for tuning in. It's been an amazing show put on by the two teams. We also had Mouse Sports and Space Soldiers compete earlier. If you have missed the games and if you are a fan of Mouse Sports or of any of the 4 teams competing today, I will upload the VODs to my YouTube channel, which is Dabu Gaming TV. So you can check that out later on. I thank you for tuning in. And if you want to support us directly, you can turn off your ad blocker or follow me on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. It's down here, all the way down there. You can just check out Gameshow. Thanks. I have to rest my voice. It's really strained. So, get a good sleep. Sweet dreams.